Hello, Sharifat here from Green Tulips. Please come with me while I call one of our clients whose visitors record application has been approved. Backstory: so this person came to Canada to do a program. However, the school and the program are not eligible for what we call post-graduation work permit, PGWP for short. Usually, as an international student in Canada, you are eligible for postgraduate work permit. Some schools, some programs are not eligible for this. So if your long-term goal is to apply for PR or citizenship in Canada as a student, please be mindful of the program and the school you come to, because not all schools and not all programs are eligible for work permit. And for the most part, you need to get a work permit, gain work experience, and then be able to apply for PR. And this particular client did not have the eligibility to apply for work permit after our program. However, the province has a program where if you do this particular program in this college, you are eligible to apply for the provincial nominee program. However, there are still things you have to do. You have to get a job offer and things like that. So not having work permit eligibility can put you in a fix. So before I call her, let me go back in time as to when she came to us, booked the session with us, and then to this day where we have an approval for our application. So before I start, let me thank you for booking our service. I really do appreciate it. Don't mind me asking, how did you get to know about me or Green Tulips?
I think one person in my former place of work was the one that sent your Instagram handle to me.
Oh, really?
She said that you're a consultant.
Okay.
And I don't know. She said you're here in Nova Scotia. I don't know whether that's true.
That's true. So okay, all right. Thanks for coming along. Do you mind sharing the person's name?
No, to me, I didn't know that I was not eligible for the college. Is not eligible for PGWP.
Oh.
So I applied anyway. So they gave me an interim letter that I could work for 6 months or until the reply is given on my application. So so I was using that to work, right? Until recently, right? And I was, of course, denied because the school is not eligible for it. So now I want to do PNP, right? Provincial nomination. I don't know how to go about it. That's just a question. I don't know how to go about it.
Okay. So we got an update about your application this evening, and it's been approved.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Thank God. Congratulations.
Is there any documents for it or anything?
Yeah, so they'll mail that to you to your address. So I'll send you the approval letter via email now in about a few minutes.
I thought it was going to take like months or something.
Yeah, it was fast. Yeah, it was fast. About 15 days.
Yeah. Okay, so now I wanted to ask a question. So now, if my PNP comes out now, what's going to happen for... thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. So luckily for this lady, she got a job offer where she was able to apply for provincial nominee program in that province. So while that was submitted, study permit was going to expire in about a month. So she had to apply for visitor's record so she can be in status. Please be very mindful of your status in the country. At no point in time should you be out of status if you can help it. And now she's still in status. In the next 6 months, she's able to apply. She's able to stay in the country legally while we await the PNP approval by God's grace. So once she gets that, she's able to apply for work permit and then PR. Just to chip that in, that please be very mindful of the school you come to, the program, the school, if your long-term goal is to stay back in Canada after your studies. Let me also add that getting your visitor's record approved is not automatic. You have to give convincing reasons why you should stay back in Canada, especially if you have done a program that doesn't have eligibility for work permit. Or maybe when you apply for your study permit, you're like, okay, I'm going to go back to my country after my program. Now be wondering, why do you want to stay back after your program? So we have to make a good case for this client as to why she deserves to stay back in Canada while our PNP was being processed. And one of the things we used was our PNP is in progress. And at this point, she had her AOR, which is acknowledgement of receipts of the PNP application, saying that they've received our PNP application and they've gone through the completeness check, meaning that everything is intact, just that she has to wait for them to approve or otherwise of the application. So we have to attach that AOR to the application for the visitor's record application, that this is what we are waiting for, and we are hoping that it's approved. Some officers can say, well, that's not a reason for you to stay back in Canada, go back to your country while that is being processed, But thankfully, this officer was lenient enough to approve this application based on that reason that we gave and some other reasons as well.